Kickstarter decided to release a video dropping their new strategic vision for the company with some pretty big announcements about the direction, the attitude, the approach that they are moving in as a company. And so I want to dive into that. If you go to updates.kickstarter.com, you can check out Kickstarter's details and all of their updates. And this has been it's sort of been their blog or their updates page for a while, but they've been very, very active at updating this page lately because they've been very, very active as a company. I've said it recently several times that in the last couple of years, I think they've been more active at avidly making swift changes to the platform than they did in like the first decade. So Kickstarter dropped this video featuring some other members of the Kickstarter team. And so what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to play some of this video, and I will share my commentary on it as well. We'll be stopping it and looking at that. So let's see what Kickstarter has in store.
Hey, I'm Everett Taylor, CEO of Kickstarter. For the past 15 years, Kickstarter has had a very clear mission: to bring creative projects to life. To date, over 23 million backers have...
I misspoke. Everett Taylor. Sorry. That's Everett's name. I believe Everett Harso is another creator.
Pledged more than $8 billion to creative projects on Kickstarter, successfully funding over 250,000 projects.
So 250,000 projects, over $8 billion on Kickstarter as a whole. What does that look for comics? There have been over $242 million successfully raised. There's actually nearly $2.5 million live being pledged right now for comic projects, 255 live projects and comics. Overall, in terms of successfully funded projects, 18,530 projects have been successfully funded in the comics category. So comics is definitely not one of the bigger categories in terms of projects launched on Kickstarter. As you can see, it's actually, pretty low in the pack there. It's, bottom third. But where comics thrives is success rate. Comics far and away the highest success rate. So that's one of the best things about being a part of our community, is that when we launch projects, we tend to get them funded. Let's keep going.
From films to music, tech to fashion, tabletop games to comic books, restaurants to visual art. Some of your favorite creators have used Kickstarter, and Kickstarter has helped some of your favorite creations come to life. These success stories are possible because of the creators who have trusted Kickstarter to be a launchpad for their ideas, and because of the millions of backers who want to be a part of bringing new ideas into the world. Because of you, we've had an incredible 15 years, and we want to step up our game and push ourselves to show up bigger and better for you. So today, I'm excited to unveil our new vision for Kickstarter.
So some things to keep in mind about Kickstarter is that it is a company that for most of its 15 years, it really has one revenue source. That is taking 5% of projects that fund. All right. It doesn't take anything from projects that don't fund, because those projects don't actually make any transactions. But it takes a small percentage of all of the funding raised by every project that successfully launches. So, you can actually do the math on do the rough math on Kickstarter and what, as a company, how much revenue it generates. You can see, it take 8 billion, multiply that by 0.05, and that gives you kind of a rough estimate of how much money Kickstarter has generated in its 15 years. So it's an interesting thing. But one of the things as a tech company that Kickstarter, I think, has been wrestling with over the past couple of years is that its growth is no longer like a hockey stick growth like a lot of tech companies want to be. It's a pretty steady. The growth is pretty steady, but it's also kind of flatlined to a certain extent, where, certain categories, their year over year go up, but overall, there's not like 2x, 3x, 5x in terms of growth of total projects launching and total funding being raised on the platform, which means for a tech company, often growth is one of the key things. Kickstarter has been historically a little bit different, where they haven't been sort of venture capital like backed out the wazoo, where they have to get a return for their investors, and so they're looking for cash grabs and looking for growth at all costs. But anytime you're a company with literally just one revenue source, that can be a challenge. And so one of the things to look for as you think about this specific strategic vision is, all right, are they going to be finding some ways to add additional revenue sources to their company? And I think that's what you're going to hear.
We've been asking ourselves, how can we be even better at supporting creators on their journey? Well, here's what we know. It takes more than money to bring an idea to life. You need solid marketing to reach and grow your audience, a good grasp of fulfillment, logistics, constant communication with your backers, and dependable connections with distributors and manufacturers, among other things. There's a lot of untapped opportunity for us to support our community beyond the funding period. We need to go beyond our core crowdfunding service.
And so this is actually a pretty big change from Kickstarter in the early days. They early on said, hey, our part is this. We're really good at taking and helping you rally the whatever audience that you have, funnel them towards this one launch event, letting you run a really great and streamlined and easy commerce process where backers can pledge in, they all get pooled in, and at the end of the campaign, when the campaign's over, our transaction is over, business is done, we'll send you the money and come back when you have your next project. And that's where Kickstarter has wanted to play in. And many other companies out there realized, okay, well, if Kickstarter is going to do all that, there's still a lot more that goes into being a successful crowdfunding creator. And so we've seen an entire economy of Kickstarter support tools for before, during, and after a campaign that has risen up to do the things that Kickstarter itself has not wanted to do. One of the things that I've been predicting, and especially under this new leadership, is I've been predicting that Kickstarter was going to claw back some of that and say, wait a minute, why are we letting all of these other businesses eat off the back of our massive platform that we have continued to grow? The revenue streams that other companies have been able to amass and work with, well, those are things that we could probably do, and probably do potentially at a higher level if we invest in that. And it seems like that's where Kickstarter is going. So let's see what this means.
The Kickstarter we're building today transcends traditional crowdfunding. We're evolving into a comprehensive funding and launch platform that not only introduces new ways to raise money and attract new backers, but also supports independent creators and innovators at every stage of their journey. This is the future we are actively building towards. Now, I'll pass it over to some other folks from the Kickstarter team to fill you in on what we're doing to make this vision real.
Hello, I'm Ilana Jacobs, VP of Product and Design here at Kickstarter. My team, along with the engineering team, creates all the features you use on Kickstarter. Like Everett said, the journey of bringing an idea to life doesn't end with funding. There's a whole world of responsibilities that kick in once your crowdfunding campaign wraps.
Yeah. And anyone knows that's done a Kickstarter crowdfunding project knows that funding is just the first step. A campaign is not truly successful until you've delivered on all of the promises that you make to your backers. So the fact that Kickstarter is potentially looking to take more of a partnership role in that, or at least support creators at a higher level throughout the process, is probably a good thing.
Like keeping up with backer communications, managing logistics, and fulfilling rewards. To support you through this crucial post-campaign stage, we've been developing a set of features to help you raise more funds, improve information sharing and information collection from creators and backers, and provide integrated pledge redemption. First, let's talk about how we're helping creators raise more funds post-campaign. In April, a select group of creators started testing late pledges, a new feature that allows creators who hit their funding goal to continue collecting pledges after their campaign officially ends.
We did a ComixLaunch session 462 no, sorry, ComixLaunch session 457, where I shared this news, and I also shared a bunch of the questions that I personally had, and that I know a lot of creators were wondering about what this means now that Kickstarter is supporting late pledges. Later on in today's broadcast, I'm going to be doing a deep dive on this new feature, and we answer a lot of those questions. Still have a couple questions that are outstanding.
It means you can capitalize on any attention your project gets after the funding period. Our late pledges feature integrates directly into Kickstarter, erasing the need for third-party players and
That is the question. Does this new late pledge feature actually erase the need for third-party pledgers like BackerKit or Pledge Manager? Or is this something that you might use in conjunction with those? I'm teasing it, but I'm going to get into that.
embedding a streamlined process right where your community is already supporting you. The early results have been really promising. Within 2 weeks, one creator raised an additional 35% of their original goal with late pledges.
So 35%, a 35% increase in like 2 weeks post campaign launch. You know, I believe it. I would be curious if the campaign that she is pointing out is also the campaign that they used and pointed people to in their marketing of the late pledge feature, and whether that might have helped it get an additional 35% bump. That said, it will be interesting to see what average looks like, or what the common post campaign raise is for many creators. And it may also depend on the project, and whether or not a creator or a creative team keeps the marketing apparatus going that was going during the Kickstarter campaign. But this is an initial win, I suppose, for Kickstarter. And note, prior to this edition of late pledges, once the campaign ends, Kickstarter's ability to raise funds for itself on that particular project also ended. And so many creators would go to would send people after the campaign was over. They would immediately direct them over to a BackerKit pre-order page, or a page on their own website, and continue to take orders and pledges that Kickstarter would have no part in. This is now a new revenue stream. Post-launch sales is now a new revenue stream for Kickstarter.
Within 2 weeks, one creator raised an additional 35% of their original goal with late pledges. This is the kind of success we want for all our creators. And now, yes, right now, we're making late pledges available to all Kickstarter creators worldwide, so that creators can keep the door open for more backers, more support, and bigger success. Let's move on to production and fulfillment. A seamless production and fulfillment process.
So yes, late pledges, the big announcement there was that late pledges is now available for all creators. It is turned on, and we're going to dive into that.
Let's move on to production and fulfillment. A seamless production and fulfillment process hinges on collecting detailed and accurate information from your backers, so you can get rewards to them efficiently. The information creators get from their backers helps them address key questions about manufacturing costs, shipping charges, and choosing the right fulfillment partners. Our current survey tool helps creators collect this essential information, but it's time for an upgrade.
Long overdue. Any creator that has done Kickstarter long enough, or has used Kickstarter and then used an external survey tool like BackerKit or Pledge Manager, instantly and immediately sees the limitations, the many, many limitations of the Kickstarter survey, especially since Kickstarter has rolled out add-on support, and as many campaigns have grown in terms of the number of products that they offer, the backlist that they offer, etc. The Kickstarter tool and survey tool, which is basically not one survey, but a series of surveys, one for every pledge level, has become definitely, it's only a really strong tool for very, very simple campaigns. And so this is definitely something that creators have been calling for a long time. But let's see what they're doing.
So we're excited to announce upcoming enhancements to our survey tool. In just a few weeks, creators will experience a revamped system on Kickstarter. We'll allow backers to enter their addresses, select item preferences like size and color, and respond to custom questions directly on the pledge details page.
So for a first bullet, that is actually kind of a weird first bullet, because you can already do that with Kickstarter's survey tool. So not sure why they led with that.
Survey will also collect comprehensive responses for all items a backer has selected, including add-ons and multiple quantities. Simplified setup for creators, enabling them to configure their survey once.
So that's nice. One survey that can be configured and then configured once, and then will be disseminated to all backers, and will show backers questions appropriate for what their pledge level was suggested, similar to how BackerKit works, I assume.
For all backers, with our tool dynamically presenting the relevant questions based on the contents of each pledge. We'll also make it easier for backers to submit or update an accurate address. And backers, we haven't forgotten about your post-campaign needs. We're working.
One thing that was curiously absent from that announcement about the revised survey tool is the ability for backers to upgrade their pledges, add on to their pledge, change their pledge. That is one of the things that BackerKit and BackerKit Pledge Manager has makes probably most of its money on, is the ability to upsell backers when you send the Kickstarter survey. And it was surprising that they left that out, or any mention of that, or whether or not that will be something that they will do. So I will be watching this space on the surveys.
Working on building one clear location in our mobile app where backers can see the status of their pledges and provide necessary information to creators to ensure the successful delivery of the items they've supported. Bringing an idea to life is hard, so we want creators to have features and tools at their fingertips that makes their creative journey as easy, straightforward, and successful as possible. I've shared a lot about what's happening at Kickstarter, but there's more. Right, Andrew?
That's right. Hi, I'm Andrew Marks, General Manager and Director of Product for Kickstarter's performance team. If you've never heard of the performance team before, well, that's because it's brand new.
So a brand new team over at Kickstarter, the performance team. What are they up to? This is an interesting announcement. I think this is what's very interesting about what's coming is Kickstarter a couple of years ago, it made it really clear that Kickstarter's strategy was, we are going to do strategic partnerships with the people out there in the crowdfunding ecosystem that integrate well with our platform. And we're going to give special status to a pledge manager from KickTrack. We're going to give special status to Jellup for Facebook and digital marketing. And they're going to be preferred partners. And it seemed like a couple of years ago, that was how Kickstarter was going to approach things. They weren't going to be doing this stuff in-house, but they were going to be helping creators by basically tapping certain vendors on the shoulder. They did the same with a fulfillment partner that they said this is a fulfillment partner that Kickstarter strongly endorses or recommends. And now it seems like Kickstarter's like, nah, we're not doing that. We're doing this stuff in-house. So here's the performance team.
And in fact, this is the first time we're talking about it. One of the key challenges for creators is attracting new audiences to the crowdfunding campaigns. Spreading the word about your campaign is crucial. It builds momentum and engages your community that's eager to see your idea succeed. We want to give creators the tools to maximize their reach and impact. And that's where the performance team comes in. We are a dedicated performance marketing unit that sits inside Kickstarter. For creators who have allocated a budget specifically for marketing, our holistic in-house service is designed to promote your campaign to people across the web so that you can connect with as many potential backers as possible. We know what it takes to run a successful crowdfunding campaign, and we use that experience to build and execute customized performance marketing strategies. Some call it performance marketing, others might refer to it as digital marketing. The end goal remains the same: to expand your campaign's visibility and success. We've been carefully developing and testing this service with a select group of creators. And so far, our performance team has helped creators raise nearly $1 million in pledges.
So what are we talking about here? This is basically Kickstarter's in-house digital marketing agency. No word yet on how this is all going to work. Sounds like it's in beta. Sounds like they've but they have selected a few campaigns, run ads for those campaigns, done marketing outreach for those campaigns, and I'm assuming taking a percentage on the back end. And so this performance team, I believe this is the first new revenue source potentially for Kickstarter outside of the percentage that they take on all backers. And so, this is Kickstarter, where we said late pledges is coming at BackerKit. Well, this is coming at also BackerKit marketing. This is coming at the marketing service that BackerKit offers. This is competing with Jellup and their Kickstarter crowdfunding marketing team. Sounds like Kickstarter's performance team, there's going to be an in-house way for you to pay Kickstarter or a team at Kickstarter, a specialized team at Kickstarter, to run ads on your campaign's behalf, which, assuming, will open up a new revenue stream for Kickstarter.
We've loved collaborating directly with creators, and our team provides support every step of the way, from creative services and pre-launch marketing support to navigating the complexities of ad measurement and execution. It's yet another way that we're reaching beyond the core crowdfunding model to help you bring your idea to life. Looking ahead, we're excited to roll out this in-house service to more creators, and we're excited to build even more data-powered tools and services to meet the needs of a broader range of creators. We're just getting started, but we can't wait to see how we can expand the range of how our data-powered tools and services can help creators meet and exceed their goals. Stay tuned.
And if you are someone who is interested in potentially working with the Kickstarter performance team, they have not opened up the direct ability to just start working with them, but they do have a performance inquiry form that you can fill out. It says, thank you for your interest in Kickstarter performance. We're still in beta, which means we can only take a limited number of creators. We're working hard to scale our services to support as many creators as we are able. We'll review your responses and we'll be in touch if you meet the criteria to join our beta. They ask for your email, your profile URL, your project link, target launch date, and the category. So some very simple info. I'm actually not sure if I haven't gone all the way through this to see if they ask more detailed questions. But so that is kind of similar to how many of the others work. Backer kit marketing does not accept everybody. Jellup does not accept everybody. Kickstarter performance likely, at least in the early stages, will not be able to accept every project for marketing partnerships. So it remains to be seen what that criteria is to see that. Matt Knowles says, good about the survey. I have literally put that into every feedback form they've sent post campaigns. No one should have to create a new survey for every time. Yeah, that is, I've been asking the question, what, to hundreds of creators, what would they like to see changed on Kickstarter? And the ability to just create one survey and have that disseminate smartly to all backers was definitely something that has come up again and again. All right, so that was the announcement of the Kickstarter performance team, which is another sort of big announcement there.
More to come.
Hey, my name is Mahesh Guruswamy, Kickstarter's new Chief Technology Officer. I'm new to the Kickstarter team, but I've spent years building platforms for creators. What sets Kickstarter apart is not just the passion and alignment within our team, but also the fact that many of us, myself included, are creators too. This first-hand experience of knowing what it takes to bring...
Did you see that? I spilled coffee on my shirt because apparently I don't know how to look at myself, look at this video, and drink coffee at the same time.
An idea to life shapes our work and deepens our commitment to our mission. What you have heard from Ando and Ilana are just a glimpse into the future of supporting creators on Kickstarter. This year, you'll see us continue to build our performance marketing service and our suite of post-campaign features. Next year, we will shift our focus towards increasing backers' confidence in the projects they support and developing tools aimed at boosting creator success, especially for new creators. Your feedback is critical to building this future. Together with you, let's go build something cool. Here's to the next 15 years.
So that was interesting. So basically, they're announcing that the main thing that their technology is working on is supporting that performance team in the near term, and then they're also going to be looking at, all right, how do we support a wider range of creators? And I guess that always makes sense. It makes sense from a business standpoint. They have to support the projects that pay their bills, right? And so I do imagine that it really is those bigger projects that the performance team will be working with, at least in the near term. And that it makes a lot of sense for Kickstarter to be doing something like that, assuming that they can get the in-house expertise. And the one thing that they have access to that maybe all of the other, like Jellup and backer kit marketing, they have the ability to have a ton of data on people that actually go and interact with Kickstarter campaigns, because they have access to a subset of pixels from projects that use their service, and then that can help their audience building or targeting just get stronger and stronger. But nobody has the data and the targeting and the ability to reach and create a full audience of the full Kickstarter experience, more so than Kickstarter does. So having an ad platform or running external ads does seem like it would be a very simple thing to get. No, not very simple. Everything's difficult, especially when you're stepping out of your core competence. But it seems like they would definitely be in the prime position to have a very competitive offer and a very attractive offer for the creator out there looking to pay some money and hire a marketing agency. One of the scariest things to do is to, trust an external source with promoting your project. Is it going to work? Are these people reliable? Is this just a big scam? Can I trust their data? Kickstarter has 15 years of trust built in with the creator community. And people have to understand, a lot of those big projects that you see, the projects that raise 10, 20, $30 million on the Kickstarter platform, well, oftentimes those projects are spending up to 10% of their total raise on things like digital marketing. And oftentimes the digital marketing companies take between 15 and 25% of the total of what those efforts are raising. That's a significant chunk of change out there that these digital marketing companies can rake in. And so this is going to open up a completely new advertising or a completely new revenue stream for Kickstarter that could be potentially quite lucrative for them. Now, I've also, so that I think is fine. Where what I'm worried about, or maybe even not worried is the wrong thing, but is the next step for Kickstarter to do the thing where that Amazon has done and Facebook has done and so many other platforms has done, is that they say, hey, wait a minute, we have a user base. We have people that are coming to our website because the name Kickstarter, and we are a trusted platform and a trusted shopping platform. So why don't we let our creators pay for higher placement of projects, to get promoted, to be sponsored, to show up higher in the algorithm. And once they do that, yes, that will open up an awesome new revenue stream for them, but it will fundamentally change the Kickstarter platform, where it becomes sort of pay to play in a lot of ways. Right now on Amazon, if you want to compete on Amazon, you pretty much have to suck it up that you're going to be spending money every single day for paid views, because you need those paid views to keep the sales coming in, to keep you ranking higher organically, to keep more sales coming in. And so it's sort of a form of capture. And so I think that if they go down that route, that might be something where it may hurt the platform for the creator in the long run, because it's going to suck more and more money out of what's left at the end of the campaign. Right now, Kickstarter still is a platform where a good, $9 out of $10 that you raise is coming to the creator first, and then they can distribute it. But if Kickstarter starts having, well, you can pay us for marketing and you pay for this, all of a sudden at the end of the campaign, creators are realizing, wait a minute, I'm only getting 50% of the total raise. That could be something that, will definitely make the budgeting a little bit more difficult. All right, let's see if there's anything else we haven't.
Hey there, everybody. My name is Kim Alfonso, and I'm the VP of Creator and Backer Success here at Kickstarter. My team helps empower and support creators and backers so that they can have the best experience on the platform, whether that's launching a successful project or finding the perfect campaign to back. Since 2009, Kickstarter has championed all types of creative independence. The solo entrepreneur launching their first business, the serial entrepreneur ready to jump into another creative venture, established brands who want to test new concepts and deepen their connection to consumers, and people with passion projects who just want to see their idea take shape. Creative independence isn't defined by scale or scope. Whether you're embarking on this journey alone or with a team, as a newbie or a seasoned veteran, the essence of creative independence is about having the freedom to create and innovate on your own terms. And even if you don't consider yourself a creator, there's an unstoppable creative drive in each of us, asking questions like, could this be better, more interesting, more unexpected, more accessible and representative, more useful, more fun? We want everyone to have the chance to turn those questions, these seeds of an idea, into plans. Because when people get the chance to chase their ideas, the impact extends far beyond their individual success. New ideas lead to new solutions, set trends, create jobs, inject fresh energy into the world. As we embrace a new vision and new energy, we're more excited than ever to be the place where people get tools and support they need to bring new ideas to life on their own terms and change the world.
Right. So that was it. The major announcements here. Late pledges are available for all. Kickstarter is now getting into the marketing game and opening up a new revenue stream for Kickstarter itself, and a new option going forward for creators potentially to promote their projects. And Kickstarter is essentially trying to claw back and compete with the wider ecosystem of creator supports that have risen up and evolved over the past decade plus to support creators with tools and things that Kickstarter itself has up until now refused to do. So that's the new vision, and I'm excited to see how it continues to move on.